Do another Fido.
It is.
Yes, I'm going to commit.
Favorite time of the week.
I'm going to commit a Fido.
Dun dun dun. What's the sentencing or the punishment for committing a Fido?
I don't know.
Laughter.
This would be Fido number 64. Soon to be titled. We don't know yet. All right. We've had a pretty productive week. This is Monday, October 2nd, tomorrow. It's already done, already been photographed. We just have to do the video that goes out on Monday. But here we go. We have Fido's ruined the apartment again. The punchline is, it's been a while since I had anything interesting to post on my Facebook newsfeed. He's got his little phone, he's taking a shot. See, broken window, ripped down some plaster off the wall. Got the customary fork inside the light switch. Refrigerator's knocked over. Toilet seat's been ripped out. TV smashed with golf club. Couch ripped apart. Even got some bad dog graffiti on the wall behind the table.
Classic Fido stuff.
There's this big yellow book for dogs who cannot read, and you ripped out some pages, and then they're all over the place. So, there we go. That's Monday. Put that up there on the magnets. Here's Tuesday. Wow, is that dark? The lost and found stand. You can hardly read it. Maybe the chief colorist should have gone a little bit lighter with it.
Make things dark, Vicky. You make things too light. Make things dark, Vicky. Oh, maybe she should have gone light with this.
Yeah. And I think historically, that building in the background is the red brick, and this is white brick.
No.
Okay. Fido's got a lost and found booth. Bo says, now this is a good idea. Making sure lost items get returned to their owners. And he stares at him blankly for a second. Returned? And it's Tuesday. Wednesday, she's just started coloring, so that's why Fido looks like a ghost. The boys are moving the couch. What are you doing? Optimizing the apartment for feline use. Don't give in to her. It'll never end. Don't be silly. When you live with a cat, reasonable accommodations must be made. Now, why is he pouring sand on the floor? Felicia says, you expect me to just use a litter box? The entire apartment becomes a cat litter box. There's Wednesday. Thursday, I guess we're continuing with the couch by the window. There's sand all over the floor. The cat was tracking kitty litter all over the place, so why not just pour sand all over the place? Well, by that logic, I'm just going to spend all your money. So give me your wallet. Makes sense to me. Here you go. I think we broke him.
Oh no. Poor Bo.
Cat passed out in front of the window. That's why the couch is moved over there. She can get her sunshine. That's Thursday. And Friday's all done, been recorded and such. Friday in the bar. Nice. I gotta do the cat boss voice. Dino, I need an emergency contact for you. Call the police. No, I mean somebody I can call if you get hurt. A doctor, the hospital, someone who loves you. I wasn't aware I needed one of those to work here.
Aww.
And we've got, he's standing guard here with Mia, who at one time was his girlfriend, and well, she's gone. I think Dino has dated more women than any other character in this comic strip. Here's Saturday. It's just finished pencil, so we're gonna probably be inking this one today. You can more or less see what's going on. We got Rodney the mailman and Fido and Felicia. I've got some magazines for you. I've got some mail for you here. Magazines. Let's see. Cat's Life, and Fido says, right here. Oh, okay. And Dog's World? And Felicia says, that's mine. And Felicia's gone, and Fido, while reading the magazine, says, know your enemy. That's why they subscribe to those separate magazines. Now I'm guessing this will be Monday. If we look at the Monday the 9th, haven't done that entire week. So maybe Monday, maybe not. Depends how the week goes. Barely see what's going on here. Felicia's looking out the window. Bo's reading a pad. In the old days, that would have been a newspaper. But since newspapers don't exist anymore, it's like an iPad. And there's Fido. 11 people were injured. That's horrible. Any dogs? It doesn't say. And Felicia asks, any cats? It also doesn't say. Human news. They don't print good news, so I doubt cats were hurt.
Aww.
To Fido, good news would be if cats were hurt. All right, and this may or may not be Tuesday, who knows. We have Felicia passed out on the couch again. And Bo asks her, Felicia, what do you want for your birthday? What? I have to tell you what to get me? Isn't a gift supposed to be a surprise? A chance to show how well you know me? It's because we know you that we have to ask. Get me whatever you want. I'm a cat. I won't like it anyway. And Fido's over here saying, I got her a wet bag. Sort of a callback to last week on how Felicia learned how to swim. Her old owner would tie her up in a bag and throw her into the water off a bridge. And this one I wanted to explain later on, just the creation of it, but we'll read the joke first. Everyone's sitting around eating in a restaurant, and looks like Bo just came in and still has his coat on. You started without me? We were hungry. And the waitress comes and, here's your menu. And she turns to everyone. How are you boys doing? Still working on it? And Fido yells, are you still working? That's hard to tell. And Felicia says, get lost, sweetheart. And Bo's kind of upset now. You don't treat waitresses like that. And Fido says, it's too late for her to spit in our food. They can spit in his food. So I wanted to go over this. Hey, Irving, camera 1. Let's see if we can pull in closer and try to get focus. When drawing such a complex, busy thing, I start out with the table, and then the wall in the background, and then just the squares for the tops of the chairs. And then you have to do perspective to try to get the stretchers in between the chair legs, and then the backs on the chairs, and then each plate and the bottles on the table. Now that all that's drawn, I do circles and stop putting in the characters, and I have to erase what's behind the characters. So I might have drawn like a whole dinner plate here and silverware or whatever, but it's all erased because Dino's there. And then I had to erase all the table in this plate. And back there, believe it or not, there's a Coke bottle of Felicia's erased because Felicia's there. Fortunately, Fido's sort of in the background, so you don't have to erase too much. And then draw it again. This time it brought the vanishing point up. So now we're looking down the table a little bit more. And still, I have to draw everything. And then erase everything when the characters go in. And then draw everything. And then erase everything when the characters go in. And it's important to have to draw. It's important to draw everything because just the tiny spot of her foot, like only this corner is going to show. But it's got to be there. So we'll probably start. We're going to start inking today. We'll do the borders on this and maybe get the lettering done. Who knows? Well, let's put a glove on. As cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on the face of this planet. If I do not put on this glove, the page will get dirty.
May I have a strip to continue?
Oh yeah, I guess you need stuff to work on, huh?
Well, yeah.
All right, you can have everything I don't want. All that, just about everything that's been inked. You can't have that. Can't have, okay, so it's only 4 for me, and you can have the rest. See if we can slide it through this hole.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Got a little hole there so that the chief colorist may be heard.
But not seen.
Right. So the opposite of children.
No, children should be seen, not heard.
Yeah, you should be heard, not seen.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, let's pick our weapons for today. I think we're going to go for
Excuse me.
that brush. I think we got a good point on it. Could be better. These fine brushes are made from the finest Himalayan tree squirrel pubic hair. And we must send the Sherpers up the mountain to actually defolicize these squirrels. I think that's a word.
Yes, it means pull their hair out.
It's very cold up there, so the squirrels actually don't want to be without their pubic hair. But it does make a fine brush. Let's see. Usually. don't think I'm going to be able to keep a tip on this sucker. All right.
How many squirrels does it take to make one brush?
Thousands. Because you can't just use the hair from one squirrel. The ones who are more active have worn down their hairs, so those go in the base or the
Alright.
core, where the
Alright.
virgin squirrel hair is what's on the outside. I put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, someone might argue too much thought into it, but okay.
So how do you make a straight line with a paintbrush? You get a wooden ruler, hopefully an older one like this is, with a metal edge, and the metal edge likes to hold onto the paper, and then you tip it at a whatever angle and run the finial along the back of the ruler. This is a technique the ancient Egyptians used in the pyramids, you know.
I remember seeing that on the History Channel.
Yes, the History Channel that used to actually have history documentaries. Now they just have
it did not. It only used to have Hitler documentaries.
reality television these days. And don't forget Ancient Aliens.
Oh, yes.
I believe the ancient aliens are the ones that taught the Egyptians how to make a straight line with a paintbrush and a ruler.
And they did the pyramids, and, they probably...
I'm pretty sure ancient aliens also figured out the efficacy of squirrel pubic hair.
Now, I have a question.
What's that?
Ancient aliens.
Yeah.
Does that just mean aliens from an ancient time, or were the aliens themselves very old?
How the show is all about how ancient times,
Right.
aliens influenced mankind.
I understand that.
And there are a lot of people who are saying they're still doing it today.
I know. Well, so where's the TV show Modern Aliens?
Well, the Illuminati won't allow them to run truths like that. Come on, don't be silly.
Oh, okay. How about just, 1970s aliens?
What you don't know is, that movie They Live with Roddy Piper?
That
That's
was
a
actually
documentary.
And they just happened to run out of chewing gum during the documentary?
Yeah. All right. Actually, I thought this one through. You know how every show we do sniffle, snuffle, sniffle?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking if I take a mentalistic halls,
Oh.
maybe that will clear me out. So
Not a bad idea.
at the cost of me sounding a little bit when I speak, maybe we won't be hearing snuffling,
Sniffle.
sniffle. All right. Now it takes forever for the ink to dry, so we'll toss that back up on the magnets here and hope that it comes to some state of dryness before the end of the broadcast so that I can do the lettering. Usually I put down a piece of paper to keep me from making too much of a mess of smearing the ink, which is why we have my stack of stuff. We have to decide what piece of paper we're going to use today. This is the old standby Disney's dumpster fire. Let's see what's going on in the world. Oh yes, Bree Larson.
Get out your bingo cards.
Be fun, Bree. Acting is a great job. Enjoy it. So, Bree has put this online. Look into my eyes. You will see the Marvels on release date. Now, finally, Bree using her considerable skills correctly. Good job there, Bree. Marvels coming soon to a theater near you. And I'll promote it because I like Bree. I like Bree's sense of humor here. Aquaman is probably officially dead because James, what's his name?
Jason.
Jason?
Jason Momoa?
No.
Oh.
Gunn.
Oh.
Jimmy Gunn recently said that this show has nothing to do with the future continuity of the DC universe. We might as well just say, don't go see this turd of a film. Good
Do not-
job. Good job, Mr. Gunn.
Do not bother with this. It has nothing to do with anything.
We've got I don't have it here, but we've got production photos of Mr. Cornsweat here as Superman, and he doesn't look good. I'm still warning you about this film. They're never going to allow Superman to rescue Lois. Yeah, I got douche chills when this film comes out.
Oh, I don't like that.
Kathleen Kennedy. I really think this lady needs to see a psychiatrist. Quote, we need to make up for lost time, planning on bringing more female-led stories. Kathy, you've done nothing but bring female-led stories to Star Wars. How about make up for lost time and bring in some male-led stories or anything?
You know, maybe that was a misquote. Maybe she's meant to say successful. Because that's something she hasn't done. Is brought in any successful movies.
And let us not forget that the Acolyte from Harvey Weinstein's Acolyte is still coming. Let's see. They've gotten 2 tanks worth of, that'd be $10 million, so 10%. So they've spent at least $115 million on the Acolyte, maybe more. And we haven't seen a thing from it. And I'm going to predict that they got a problem and that they stopped filming before they had a story. But the good news is, hey, Elemental, according to Disney, is a smash hit on streaming. It's getting the highest ratings in the history of the platform.
The history, you say?
You know, Disney sounds more and more like the Russians whenever they start talking about a new weapon system. Oh yes, comrade, this glorious new tank is 100 years ahead of Westoid trash. It shoots 1 round through front armor of 4 tanks at once, and it floats over rivers at 80 miles an hour. I've compared Bob Iger to Vlad Putin. Okay, Putin lost over 100 tanks in Bakhmut. 100,000 soldiers at Bakhmut. And Bob Iger has lost $2 billion on Lucasfilm. And they just keep on sending the guys in, keep on sending the money in. Cognitive dissonance would be the word of the day for the Disney folks. They according to Wall Street. And we will, of course, remember this is a federal crime, a piece of evidence of some of Disney's crimes. And yes, we're still waiting for the Acolyte. And I think that was supposed to be Bree Larson. I have no idea why they're using this particular illustration to promote the Acolyte, because this is actually the illustration from the Star Wars books, that failed universe. And let us not forget, Bambi is still coming.
I have forgotten.
Yes. The new news that was just released from, I think, the New York Times, the director here is looking to modernize Bambi. So Disney has not learned their lesson in these live-action productions. Yes.
So how do you modernize Disney? I mean,
Bambi?
Does
They only
the mother not get shot?
Well, no. Well, very, very good thinking. The only thing they spoke of was doing something about the mother not dying. I don't know.
Oh, see, I was right.
I was guessing that they were going to him, the actual character of Bambi, but who knows?
I would say if they were going to do anything with Bambi, they would do just like a non-gender.
You're right.
Not say a he or she or anything like that.
So I finally got a slightly better printout of the companies Disney owns, and all the blue area here, right in the center, is ABC. And that's what they're looking to get rid of next. So I won't do any cutting yet. By the way, down here, this little thing, that's Sphere. That's a company that makes robots. So
Ooh.
yeah, a lot of cool stuff here. We have Hulu here, which Disney only owns half of. So I'm going to put a little asterisk there. So it's not, they don't own it yet, but they're going to pay $20 billion or so for it and fund their competition in Orlando for amusement parks. How nice of them. Well, look, there's a Disney magic group, and they have no idea they were doing magic. Oh, let's put it that way. I think we're sticking with Bree Larson today, because our girl
Who?
Bree Larson, to keep our pages clean. We're gonna use a dirty photo of Bree. Where is she? There you go. Happy to have you back in the rotation there, Miss Larson. A nice little summer dress, sunglasses. She's got a man bun going on top here.
No, honey, that's just a bun.
Oh,
When a man puts one on, it's called a man bun.
oh, okay. But she's also smart enough not to show her feet here. I mean, anyone noticed, but Bree's feet are about the size of her forearm here.
Hey, that was just a fault at birth. You can't, you can't give the poor girl
Well,
too much.
I'm
thing.
guessing if she was a boy, she'd be very happy with those feet. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what they say about guys with big feet, right? They-
They can walk.
They wear big shoes.
Oh. Mhm.
So usually I just ink the characters. Boy, but I'm not happy. Look how thick that line is. I'm not happy with this brush. I might have to put that over here for the chief colorist to, hey, chief colorist, grab that. To take care of. You're going to wash that out sometime in the future.
Okay.
Not happy with the line that brush is giving me. Let's see if we can. Ooh, this one's looking. Look how ratty that one's looking.
On an unrelated note, please check out Patreon.
Yep, I need brushes. Let's see what kind of line this one's gonna give me. Yeah. Maybe you'll get better. So test screenings have said the Marvels are about as good as we expected it to be.
So they're crappy.
Yeah.
So it's crappy.
I don't know how they spent that much money on it, but well, that's what Disney does these days. The directors are really taking advantage of the money people. They just cannot stay in budget, and the budgets are too big to begin with. If you were to have made this film for 30, 40 million, that would make sense. These are not popular characters. But they do claim that Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
$1 billion.
A lot of us noticed that these theaters that were sold out were empty, which encouraged us all to think that perhaps somebody was using their advertising budget to buy theater seats. They do this so that they can convince people that it's a good film and you should see it. It's like priming the pump. Nothing illegal against using your advertising budget to buy seats. A lot of people will buy their own book so that it gets on the New York Times bestsellers list. But there's not a total case of cognitive dissonance there, because they knew enough not to call the sequel Captain Marvel 2. And stuck Bree with a couple of other women, hoping the diversity will bring quality. Sort of mistake Disney's been making for the longest time. Equating diversity with quality. Diversity is a great thing. It's just not quality all the time, automatically. I'm having trouble. Bree's staring at me here. I'm gonna have to modify this a little bit. There we go. Much better. I bet you all thought I was gonna do that. No. There we go. That's much better. Bree Larson's like America's ex-girlfriend. I knew women like this. Let's just leave it at that while the chief colorist is out of the room.
Well, you said you knew. You didn't say you know. So.
Oh, knew, yeah. Long before I met you.
Yeah, so then there you go.
See, the way you dated women like this is you told them how great and smart they were. And complimented them that way. Saying that they were beautiful really, well, it was okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 3 or a 4. But you call a woman like that smart and it just opens the bedroom door. I forgot to do Felicia's whiskers. Well, we'll have to return to that. We can do the whiskers in this frame. If I were to go back to do her whiskers now, I would touch the wet stuff and we'd have a smudge, smear, whatever we're going to call it these days. Whiskers are actually, so she's yelling, so let's have the whiskers come up. 3 on this side and 4 on that side. She's mad. So Felicia's birthday for trivia people out there who want to know. October 10.
Oh, so it's coming up.
Yes, that's why we're doing this. I think this trip is going to run the 9th or the 10th. That's Felicia's birthday is October 10. If we go back into the archives of the comic strip, you'll find an explanation why.
Is that when she first appeared?
Nope.
Is she based on someone?
Yes, actually, she's based on my sister Lisa, but no, that has nothing to do with it.
Alicia's based on Lisa?
Yeah. When a lot of the things are going on here with Felicia and Fido are basically callbacks of Lisa and me.
Wow,
Just
okay.
the sibling rivalry, I suppose you'd call it. We would constantly try to get the other one in trouble. One thing having siblings teaches you is how to become manipulative and how to lie.
Oh, so all the good things.
Well, yeah. You did not fight for truth. You fought for the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
So Fido and Felicia are more like bratty brother and sister, trying to.
Well, I did understand that dynamic, but I didn't understand that it was actually based on one of your sisters.
Well, I had no real relationship with the other one, so and This one that we're talking about is the one who beat up all your boyfriends.
Just two. You and another one.
But I can say all this here because she's never going to watch this.
Lisa,
Yeah.
I'm gonna text her right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Good job. Good, yeah. Good luck with that.
Will.
Good luck with that. Good, yeah. Run with that, Sparky.
Well, this is live.
No, actually, this is pre-recorded.
I know.
We don't do live anymore. That's why it's not called live stream. I finally changed the name. It's Fido live on recording. We recorded live.
Live on recording. Recorded live.
Yeah, that's it. Recorded live.
I did not have any siblings, so I cannot.
Only child.
That's right.
One of my the other sister's friends was an only child, and my sister Laura, I think, wished she was an only child. It's so cool. Imagine you come down to Christmas in the morning, and all the gifts are just out there. Nothing's wrapped.
That's not true. My parents wrapped. I mean,
Yeah, well,
Santa wrapped my gift.
Yes, I know. In my sister's case, she was an only child in a broken family, so it's kind of lucky she got any gifts at all, let alone whether they were wrapped. My sister Laura didn't see it that way.
I'm going to argue that she didn't want to work for anything. She didn't want to have to unwrap stuff. I want my gifts.
From what I remember of this particular individual, for some strange reason, I would walk to school with my sister at that time, sometimes, and we'd have to stop by her friend's house and wait for her friend to get prepared in the morning. So I got the chance to watch wacky races on television and a few other things, and in retrospect, we were probably waiting for that bitch for like an hour to get ready. What the?
Well, why didn't you stay home, though?
I don't know. I was just a kid. I went where I was told.
Oh, no, I don't mean, that was more rhetorical, like.
Yeah. In retrospect, I remember watching wacky races at her house, and I remember a Christmas tree that was up in the summer.
Did Laura used to go, sorry, I said her name.
Yeah, it's alright.
Did she used to go in, like, with the girl? I mean, did the two of them get ready together?
No, Laura was already ready, and I guess Laura would be in other parts of the house, whatever, talking to her friend. But for some reason, we'd go there to pick her up in the morning to walk with her to school or something like that, and I watched wacky races and then like one other cartoon. So these are half-hour cartoons. So at least an hour in the morning, just waiting on this bitch.
Well, see, I'm seeing this from a different angle.
Sure.
You weren't late for school, were you?
No.
All right then. So you actually went to this girl's house too early.
I guess so.
Like, why did you leave your house so early?
No effing idea. I was just a kid. I went where I was told
I
at
know,
that time.
these are rhetorical questions. I'm not really. I'm thinking that Laura just wanted to spend time with her girlfriend. I mean, not
And why drag me around?
because she had to. No, I'm just kidding. These were probably bonding moments for her and her girlfriend.
Well, I don't know who this girlfriend was, and I doubt that she's even still in touch with her.
Oh, well, she doesn't have to be. I mean.
No, just whatever, bonding moment, whatever.
A lot of people I used to hang out with at that age that I don't really talk to anymore, except for maybe Facebook.
So anything good on TV this week? The Continental is on, and we started watching it, but I just didn't. Well, I punched out early.
We weren't in the mood.
We're in the mood. We'll
Because
catch it later. That's the John Wick universe TV show set in the 70s. And
I don't think we watched anything this week, did we? Any kind of TV show?
I usually like to wait and see if I hear about anything, if any of my friends on YouTube say anything is worth watching.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything good or bad about the Continental. I don't think anyone's gotten into the Continental yet. We're all too busy watching Ahsoka, the greatest Star Wars TV show ever. Watch Ahsoka, there's just money burning on the screen. So they've canceled two Star Wars Lucasfilm movies. The one James Mangold was going to do, which was going to be set in the past, the first original Jedi, and Taika Waititi's project, whatever that was, have been canceled. And call me suspicious.
Okay, suspicious.
Yeah, thank you. Call me suspicious, but I think if James Mangold's last film, which was Indiana Jones 5, and Taika Waititi's last film, which is Thor, were smash box office successes, made them $1 billion each, those films would not have been canceled.
I think you may be correct. I think that is very insightful.
So are they just going for good directors and hoping that the good directors will put out a good product? Because it takes a little bit more than just a director to make a good film, You already have some of the best special effects people in the industry with Industrial Light and Magic. Even though you're not using them most of the time, you're using crappy computer animation budget companies. But and I guess you need a story. And Mangold got his film originally greenlighted just by saying, "Okay, we're gonna go 1,000 years before, and this will be the first Jedi," and that was enough to get him greenlight. I don't know. I want to see a story.
I'd like to hear more about this.
I'd like to hear more about it. Is there a villain? Is there any character growth? Tell me about the hero. It's a hero, right? Not a shiro. Anything.
An entire plot should not be one sentence. Or
And-
an entire movie should not be just one
And
sentence.
we wonder how they lost $2 billion on Star Wars alone, $10 billion on all of Lucasfilm. We wonder how they did that.
Aside from the TV shows and the movies that are Star Wars related, what else does Lucasfilm do? Or do they do anything else?
Well, Indiana Jones, the whole Indiana Jones
Oh, that's
franchise.
right. I forgot about
They
that.
did Willow, and they
yeah.
also own Howard the Duck for strange reasons, but they own Howard the Duck. So now Disney Marvel can return Howard the Duck to their universe
Hey,
legally.
they were waiting for that.
I like the film Howard the Duck. I still remember. I still remember the song Howard the Duck. Dun 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 dun. I like that movie.
I've always liked Leah Thompson, so
Was she in it?
yeah, she was the female.
How do you know this?
Because I like Leah Thompson. She's the one from Back to the Future.
What, the mom?
Yeah.
I was not aware that the mom from Back to the Future was the main squeeze in Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
The woman who has sex with a duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has sex with her son. She's had a very
Yes, really.
almost had sex with her son. She's had a very
Interesting career.
colorful career. Yeah.
Lucas went like really strange in his career then. Uh, he had topless, anatomically incorrect female ducks and such. There was it was certainly an adult themed film, but it also sort of made for kids. Yeah, I don't know what George was thinking there. I'm guessing he was hoping that the adult stuff would go over the kid's head and they get away with that sort of thing. But
They used to be able to do that.
but when you got a scene where you have a puppet duck with breastises, I think the kid's gonna notice something's up. I mean, there's a scene where he basically visits a brothel and he says, what is this, mating season? The genius of Howard the Duck. I had hoped that Kathy Kennedy would remake it with a female heroine.
Edwina. Edwina the duck.
Something along those lines. Let's see. I think we have it here in the stack of stuff. Never thought we'd be talking about Howard the Duck again. Howard the Duck. Yeah, you wonder what's going on in this guy's career. He's, probably just missing it.
People who watch you flip through are like, it's like this.
I probably should keep this historically, it would have been easy, chronologically, because it would be easier to find stuff. There's Marvel, there's Aqua, Turd. Hey, Jenna. Oh, and Rachel Ziegler, she's also been fired from Paddington in Peru. It's, if you know Paddington Bear, I guess they're doing a live-action Paddington Bear. So.
I was just gonna say she's been fired for being a voice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no,
They don't even want her voice anymore. Let's find some other Hispanic woman to play that voice.
Ortega.
Let's give it to Ortega. Well, the way it is, if you're going to have an actress play a Spanish person, it must be a Spanish person. They can't have actual actresses. They have to have people playing themselves. Oh, well.
I don't have a problem with that if they hire someone who will play the character, not just play themselves. 'Cause
I guess in the good old days of Hollywood, they'd have people play Native Americans who weren't Native American. John Wayne famously played Genghis Khan.
Well, he was perfect.
Oh, here we go. Howard the Duck. Anyone remember this fine film? So, Howard the Duck remake at Disney. Lucasfilm relaunches George Lucas's last franchise for the modern age. Howard the Duck Evolutions. Gender-swapped Helena the Duck, voiced by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, is a plucky anthropomorphic duck from another dimension who finds herself transported to Earth through a cosmic mishap. She quickly realizes that Earth is rife with inequality discrimination, and prejudices. And she becomes an outspoken advocate for social justice. With her sharp intellect, biting sarcasm, she fearlessly confronts the various societal issues head on. So
That's
anyway.
a parody. That's from The Onion.
No, actually, ChatGPT wrote that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, AI is going to take their jobs too. All right, let's finish Fido's leg here, and then we can put this one on camera, am I? No, I'm sort of getting into camera. And we can put this one to the magnets. All righty. And how are you for drying? Can we do the... Should we do the lettering on this one yet? Yeah, let's let it dry a little while longer. We can get to work on these characters. Come with me, Bree. What do you think if we
I think that car might have a flash tire.
what do you think if we give Bree a little bit of a smile there? That help her out? Actually, now it looks like I gave her a mustache. Hey Bree, clean your closet. For Christ's sake, look at this mess. She's got shit hanging out of the drawers, just stuff shoved into these cubby holes. And I'm guessing this is her shoe collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 shelves of shoes. And got some other crap hanging on the back of the door. But look at how Spartan white the walls are. And you can tell that the room is pretty empty otherwise. I guess this over here is a stand-up lamp. But, yeah, Bree. Let me just get rid of those Bree eyeballs. There we go. Nicely. Clean your closet, Bree. And no, I'm not saying Bree's come out of the closet, but yeah, she actually has come out of the closet to do this meme. Is it a meme yet? No, it's not a meme yet. I doubt anyone besides me online appreciates it. This is Bree taking my advice. I'm gonna say, although I doubt she ever heard what I suggested she do. Smile more, Bree. Be pretty.
You can't say that.
I know I can't.
I know. I know you know.
Be pretty. Make it so that when you enter the room, people say, "Oh, wow, it's Bree Larson." Not, "Oh, wow, it's Bree Larson." That's what happened to poor Rachel Ziegler. She'd walk into the room and it's like, "Oh, it's Rachel Ziegler." We finally got to know her name. She's no longer that woman, that girl from that failed West Side Story thing that for some reason Spielberg tried to do. She's no longer that. Now she is Rachel Ziegler. And I think officially everything she's been in has failed, and things that haven't even come out yet have failed. That's what Snow White is.
Well, come on. You tried to do West Side Story again, and you had Natalie Wood and Rita Moreno. You're not going to find a Natalie Wood and a Rita Moreno anymore.
You know, I never saw
You
it.
have no reason to.
I never saw it. I was never into musical theater.
It transcends, like, if you're into musical theater. It's just a good movie. It's just a beautiful classic movie. It's a Hamlet, not Hamlet. It's Romeo and Juliet.
The little boys in my neighborhood who were into musical theater generally got bullied.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying you should have seen it, but it was a different time. But no, it's, I mean, and Rita Moreno, for God's sakes, is, they have a name for it. I can't
Spicy.
remember it. No. Don't
Hot.
be an ass. Well, she, okay.
Pretty.
Will you stop talking for 1 second? She has every one of the awards. She has a Tony, an Emmy,
Ah, and an Oscar.
Oscar.
Got a Grammy? Got a
yeah.
Grammy? She got a Grammy?
Yes, she has all of them. She has a Tony, an Emmy, an Oscar, a Grammy. Is there anything else?
She doesn't have the Charles Schultz Award.
Maybe not. But they call it something like an...
Or a
she's
Reuben. Besides a sandwich, a Reuben is
Yeah,
also
yeah,
an
yeah,
award
yeah.
that they give cartoonists.
Anyway. And who knows, Natalie Wood might have gotten all of those if she just hadn't have gone off the edge of a boat. Or was pushed off the edge of the boat. Or
Shh.
fell off the edge of the boat. I think that's still actually an open case.
Well, only Robert Wagner and James Wood know the truth.
Not James Wood.
Who is it?
William Dafoe.
Oh, William Dafoe. Wasn't what's his name? The guy from Easy Rider. Dennis Hoffer. Wasn't it Hoffer? Wasn't he Dennis Hoffman? Whatever.
Dennis Hopper on it?
Hopper. Wasn't he involved in that?
If he was, I don't know. But the three people.
Forgive me if I'm mislabeling you, Mr. Hopper.
Mr. Hopper's long gone.
He's dead?
Oh yeah, he died young.
Oh, never mind. Well, fuck you, Dennis.
Oh. Well, not young, but like 60s, I think. He's in his 60s.
Oh, okay. I'm so well. You know, he's always kind of intimidated me since Blue Velvet.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Heineken, Pabst Blue Ribbon. So you know, he's always been in. So I didn't want to make an enemy of him, but he's dead. No.
Yeah, he died a while ago.
Okay. Fuck you, Dennis.
So far as I remember, the only three people on the boat were on the yacht.
I'm joking, of
I
course.
know. Were Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood, and William Dafoe.
Ah. Well, William Dafoe has always been like an evil-looking man, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
He
Now
played
him I don't want to talk about because he's still alive.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, he's scary looking.
He's scary, not just scary looking. He's scary. Because he's almost too quiet sometimes. You're like, yeah. He's gonna come at you with the cowbell. So yeah, you're not gonna replace those two women. I don't remember the guy's name, which is bad, but I really don't remember. He must not have done too much more. But I think he died early too. Right now. And not off the side of a boat.
What do you think was going through Spielberg's mind when he made that?
The new West Side Story?
Yeah.
Money. Or I can do just as well as they did, which is stupid.
I think it's more of an arrogant thing, saying
That's what
that
I mean.
he can do anything. Not that I can do better than them, but I can do anything.
Well, okay. It was stupid.
I hope he lost his own money, at least. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Hollywood. They've been losing a lot of money lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope it was Steven's own money.
Could have been. I really don't know.
It'd make me feel a little bit better.
I know. Who greenlit that, too? I mean,
Right.
How do you this is the problem.
It's Steven Spielberg. He can do anything, and they'll give him the money for it.
That's true.
He could say, hey, you know, I want to take a picture of, I want to do a film about my dog's bathroom habits. Okay, Steve, 20 million do it? No, I'm sorry. 100 million? Okay, yeah, 120 million. There
I'll
you go.
try to make 120 million work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, not to continuously talk about Red Letter Media, but Jay on Red Letter Media one time, and I'm sure he's not the only one who said this, he's like, don't remake the good movies, remake the bad movies and try to make them better.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like remake something like, I don't know, I can't even think of a bad movie right now.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah. Like, why are you remaking, Ghostbusters and West Side Story and all that kind of stuff? Like, remake Ghost Dad, or I don't know, so stupid movies.
Urban Sasquatch.
Suburban.
Suburban Sasquatch. Yeah, that's right. We'll call it Urban Sasquatch this time.
Yeah, there you go.
It's harder.
Bring them to the city.
It's harder for him to hide in the city.
Yeah.
Movie came out a long time ago called Critters. It was basically a Gremlins ripoff, but it actually had a storyline. These were interstellar criminals. These critters, and they sent a couple of bounty hunters to get them. And the bounty hunters were shapeshifters, and one of the jokes was one of them picked a fashion model or underwear model for female underwear model for his model for his human form. So it was kind of funny. That one picked a big hulking, probably pro wrestler as his human disguise, but the other one picked a sexy woman. And all the special effects there were just puppets, and they rolled these tumbleweed like puppets down the street to be the critters.
But it worked because you invested in the
Well,
story.
it was a B movie. It was garbage.
Yeah.
It never made any money. It was a failure.
But I mean, it was fun.
But that's the sort of crap you can remake.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think Hollywood has the talent to remake something like that today. They'd have to modernize it for audiences, and we'd have they thems in it, and probably a couple of divorced family relationship, and because that's California life.
They did it. I know they did it with it, but I'd like to see them. I'd almost like to see them go back and redo some of the Stephen King movies, because some of those could probably be pepped up with new technology and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they should, but I'm just saying, like, don't do friggin' West Side Story. It's like, just don't.
I was hoping that perhaps this writer's strike would de-Californify the pool of writers out there. Perhaps we can get a more human representation amongst the writers in Hollywood. So let's wait and see how this strike ends up
Well, it is
before
over,
we talk. Well, not really. Before we talk about remaking anything. I would have crossed them with the money. Are you watching Shake Weight?
No, this is the Red Letter Media.
Oh, okay.
I mean-
They've got that exercise hose thing that what's his name tried to sell. The kung fu.
Oh my God! Now that you said it, I'm never gonna be able. David Carradine.
David Carradine. David Carradine, one of the Carradines, tried to hawk.
Spiral Fitness by David Carradine.
Yeah, we don't have the actual product yet, so to do the infomercial, we're just going to cut you off a small length of hose, garden hose. Now, you guys,
I did not start off with Red Letter Media. I had on Call Me Chris, which is one of my other favorites.
Yeah, but just about everything on your YouTube defaults to Red Letter Media.
I know, which I don't understand why. I don't know why it doesn't go. I mean, I watch Call Me Chris all the time.
They know what you like.
I know, but there's a couple of other things I watch all the time. I watch Bailey Sarian, I watch Call Me Chris. I watch a couple of other people that, Stephanie Harlow.
We more or less keep YouTube on the TV all day long. We've abandoned cable and terrestrial television.
Unless we find something we want to watch.
It's increasingly easy to do because I stopped watching sports around the time when they started kneeling. It's like I decided I don't like these people anymore. I'm not going to give them my attention. They're horrible human beings. Okay, I'm just going to ink these hands the way I originally drew them. But I am gonna wonder why we originally drew the hands like this. Wait a minute.
Expression.
Irving, camera one, could you zoom in here? All right. Let's get the. What do you think, Irving? Can you do a little bit to the? Can you tilt a little bit to the right? Good enough, Irving. I have no idea why I have the hands in these particular positions. Now, maybe this one is reaching. The books, the tablet's been taken away from him. But what's going on with this hand? And when you think about it, actually, I should close that up because the thumb is coming from the other side. So you're seeing this part of the hand here, the thumb coming up from underneath. Oh yeah, they are strange. I must have had something in mind when I drew it. 'Cause usually I want my hands to show some expression. I think maybe we're just doing confusion here, huh?
Possibly.
Not confusion of the cartoonist, but confusion of the character. 'Cause
Yeah.
everything the cartoonist does is it's got a purpose, a reason behind it. Now, I want Fido's eyes to show a little expression. Human news, like he's disgusted by it. See, all human news is just bad news. They don't say anything useful, particularly to Fido, to a dog. And something useful or good news to a dog would be, well, dead cats.
Yes, but there's something very wrong about that, Charles.
Now, Felicia here, we want her to be absolutely concerned. So she's got big eyes. She's leaned forward and has got her hands crossed almost over her chest, as if she's waited, she's holding her breath. Boja says it also doesn't say. She had just asked any cats. Because while cats pretend not to care, they actually truly care deeply. A cat wants to improve the world. That's why if you've ever had a pet cat, it might bring you a mouse or a dead bird or something, because it's trying to teach you. It's trying to fix you. You think the cat thinks you need improvement.
You need some fixing.
Yeah, look what I just killed. Isn't this amazing? You could kill this too.
Oh, did you bring me a present? No, I brought you a goal.
Oh, cat, why don't you go away and eat that little thing that you just killed? No, it was just fun to kill it. That's what a cat will do. I think I finally got this brush performing a little bit closer to how I would like it to. The problem is that not every this is my newest brush. And as you can see, there's hardly a point. Too many Randy squirrels and not enough virgin squirrels were used in the production of this brush. Now, Randy squirrels are useful. You want them at the core of your brush, but you still need some nerdy virgin squirrels who haven't gotten any action.
Maybe they're not nerdy. Maybe they're just very religious squirrels.
Yes, okay, fine. I want some Mormon squirrels. No. Unmarried Mormon squirrels, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We don't want any secret underwear squirrels. Sacred. I said secret.
I was gonna say not secret.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Christine. She's such a funny kid.
What's that, your pet Mormon?
No, not my pet Mormon. My friend who happens to be a Mormon. Why you gotta be like that? And I don't need, like, a Mormon friend, or I know enough people who are Mormon. So.
Surprisingly, a large number of people. An unusually large number of people, actually.
For Massachusetts, yeah.
For Massachusetts, yeah. I can understand knowing that if you're in Utah. And of all the wacky cults, we should have Christian Scientists, not Mormons. That's the church that was.
I know Christian.
Yeah, that's the church that was founded here.
I've only sort of known one Jehovah's Witness, and I didn't really know her very well. She was the wife, or the ex-wife of a friend of mine.
Yeah, I worked with a Jehovah's Witness. The cartoonist's official opinion is that he equally disdains all religions. So I'm not beating up on any particular religion itself by calling it wacky. They all are.
One of the jokes I made after I first lost my job was that I had enough friends of all the religions that I could get everybody praying for me to find another job. Didn't work.
Yep.
I'm thinking it's because I didn't use the Jehovah Witness.
Oh.
I think I should have called her.
So that's the winner. That's the correct one.
Well, no. Just the missing piece.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
You didn't have all your bases covered.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I thought I did, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I had atheists, which I guess they don't pray for you, but they
No.
wish for you. I had Catholics, obviously. Protestants, obviously. The different religions of Protestant. I had, I even had like Greek Orthodox and your standard Roman Catholics. And plus a couple of Mormons.
You know how to pray, don't you? Put your hands together and hope.
Mm-hmm. And I even had a couple of Muslims and I can't think of any other religion. Oh, Jewish.
How could you forget the Jews?
I didn't forget the Jews, it just didn't come to my mind right away. But anyway, I was jokingly asking someone of as many religions as I could think of. But yep, I forgot that one piece, or I didn't have enough of that one piece, which was Jehovah's Witnesses. But it's actually probably better I didn't get another job unless it was a high-paying job.
Well, fortunately now you're the chief colorist for Fido the comic strip.
And the benefits are awesome.
Oh yeah.
I get to sleep with the boss.
Shh.
I mean,
None of that. Don't get me in trouble here.
yeah, I'll send you to HR.
Well, the boss reads you bedtime stories. How's that?
I know.
We're reading Peter Pan now because, well, I
Why
couldn't take Sherlock Holmes anymore.
not? Even his misogyny sent you over the edge?
Sherlock Holmes was too toxic,
Even for you, huh?
even for me. Lemonade today. All right. Let's give that a couple seconds to dry.
I thought you meant the lemonade there for a second. Let's give that lemonade a couple of seconds to dry. I have to have a consult with you. That didn't sound right. Consult
No, it didn't.
with you over a couple of these strips. I can't tell if something's a rug or the wood on the floor.
Oh, pass it over here. This is the audience. Take a look at it.
Okay, underneath the sand.
Wood floor, probably.
What?
Well, since the couch is moved away from where the rug is, there is no rug.
Okay,
But
but
there
there's
will-
two different.
Yeah, what you're looking at is the plywood patching the
No,
floor.
because there's two different spots where the plywood patch. It couldn't be both.
That's the plywood.
I can't
That's
see
the floor.
actually.
Yeah. So it's all actually very okay. Everything that's not colored right now is plywood.
Okay, but listen to me.
Mhm.
The third panel, I think it is.
Yep.
You have two different things of plywood.
No, it's one big thing.
Let me see. Maybe it's not the third one.
Yeah, one big thing. It's all plywood. All plywood.
Okay, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm. By the chair, right? Plywood.
Okay, it's the fourth panel then.
Well, yeah, you screwed that.
No, I didn't screw that because the plywood's not that close. The
Baby.
couch is not on top of the plywood.
Yes, it is. Yes, the couch is on top of the plywood. The top part that you painted brown is plywood. And the bottom part underneath is floor. So yeah, that's a screw up. No problem, easily fixable. See, the cartoonist like draws everything, but then ends up erasing half of the stuff. So, so for instance, in this particular comic strip, more has been erased than will ever appear. Okay, I don't know how much of the lettering you can see, but I told myself to move everything over to the right. No. Okay.
Oh, we got a couple. Oh, all right, that flew away. We had a couple of seagulls up there, kind of going at each other. It looks like bumping beaks.
The seagulls have abandoned the sea.
The sea is like less than a mile.
Yeah, but we can't see it from our window.
We
I
can't s-
I have grown up with a view of the ocean. Just about my entire life, every place I've lived has had a view of the ocean. Now, with a little bit of explosives, we knocked down that big brick building. I think we might be able to see the ocean.
Oh yeah, yeah. If we any one of these buildings towards the back there.
We're not far from the ocean, but we have a building blocking our view.
You were in one of the apartments here that were higher up, weren't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you said you were.
No, I was just told that actually
Oh, you were told.
the higher ones actually have a good view of Boston, as well as a good view of the water.
Where was the studio? Because you looked at a studio.
Lower level.
Oh. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I moved into this place without seeing it, with my full 100% trust in my husband.
Well, you didn't have to see it.
I know, you actually took a video of it. Anyway, it showed it to me.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah,
The windows sold it.
definitely.
12-foot windows. Yeah.
I like that place. Our place is very nice.
It works. We don't have to worry about anything. No shoveling snow, no mowing lawns, no oil in the furnace, no roof, no basement to flood. We came home from Niagara Falls to 4 foot of water, 4 feet of water in the basement.
Like legit 4 feet of water in the basement. It was a terrible storm that a lot of people got water in, but still, we were away.
Well, if I was home, I would have taken care. It wouldn't have gotten that bad. I should not have gone.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have been to the haunted house. We wouldn't have seen all the beauty of Buffalo, New York.
Boy, Buffalo, New York. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Boy, that really made me feel
Proud to be an American.
proud to be an American. Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, I mean,
We haven't spent a penny in Buffalo since 1962.
Nope. I honestly would love to, with disposable cash or whatever, would love to go back up there just to see if it's still as bad as it was. Because that was like, we happened to be staying on the Canadian side, didn't even realize it until we got there. And this was before you needed passports for everything, thankfully. In fact, remember in the car when we were crossing the border and we gave him 3 sets of IDs? And he's like, oh, there's a third person in your car? I was like, what? She's right back there. You weren't looking?
The Canadian guy was like laying back in his chair. He wasn't even looking at it. I guess he wasn't expecting any invasions from America.
At least not from 2 middle-aged people and their mother.
And a rental car.
In a rental car. Well, we weren't really middle-aged, I guess, then, but anyway. Yeah, so we ended up staying in the Canadian side, and it was very pretty, and it was very clean, and there were a lot of things about it that were very cool. And
If I had Elon Musk's money, I'd buy the entire town of Buffalo and just clean it up.
No kidding, it just needs cosmetic, because there's a lot of buildings that look like they're okay, they're just boarded up.
I'm positive the Buffalo looks so bad to keep the Canadians in Canada.
I didn't think we were worried about the Canadians.
Well, see, all of our worst cities are on the Canadian border. That is so the Canadians can look at America and think that America is horrible. I don't want to go there. I'm going to stay here in Canada. However, we screwed up because the cities on the Mexican border still make anything in Mexico look good by comparison. So what we have to do is make the cities on the Mexican border worse and the cities on the Canadian border better.
But that was like a tonal shift when we decided to go over to the American side and look at it.
They've got a sign that says like "Wear your seatbelt" with an exclamation point. This is a freaking road sign with punctuation. I swear they're trying to make America look bad.
And it worked. We were riding through that city saying to ourselves, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, don't misunderstand me. Niagara Falls on the Canadian side is like...
It's a circus.
Yes. It's like a circus. It's like a lot of indoor arcade type stuff and wax museums up and down the place and souvenir shops up and down the place. So it's not necessarily luxury. But it's nice and it's clean and it seems like you're okay up there. And then you go across the border and night and day.
We are putting our worst foot forward, and I have to believe it's intentional.
I guess so. I don't know.
America is not that bad.
And we drove around too. It's not like we looked at one spot and said, "Oh, this is terrible." We drove around.
Buffalo, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. It's a conspiracy to keep the Canadians out. I swear, that's the only reason.
Why it would be like that? I know.
It's time for another Hall's mental cough drop. Keep me from sniffling.
Hey, weren't we speaking of birthdays coming up soon?
Oh, Felicia's birthday is the 10th. What?
Hmm.
Well, what's up? Their birthday coming up?
Well, you've been a while. Month and a half.
Whose?
Mine.
Oh, we don't celebrate that.
We are gonna.
When a woman passes a certain age, when a woman passes a certain age, you do not have to celebrate birthdays anymore.
Yes, you do. But I think the last time I did celebrate was the 29. When we went to MGM.
Looking at the, yeah, don't worry about someone looking at the microphone,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone heard you say that number.
What, the number 20?
Yeah.
Nobody heard me say 20?
All right, that they'll hear. You're far enough away that the microphone doesn't pick up half of what you say.
I'm-
So,
What am I, like 3 feet away?
well, I've got the soundproofing up.
Oh, okay.
I'll blame a soundproofing.
Anyway, it was 5 years ago that we celebrated my birthday.
We'll celebrate every 5 years.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go to a casino again and win all
Oops.
of the money. Oops, what?
Oh, I thought I made a mistake. I thought I made a mistake there, but I did not.
You thought you made a mistake, but you were mistaken.
Yeah. Sometimes your brain goes into neutral when you're lettering, and it really shouldn't. Sometimes there are mistakes you must correct at the last minute. And Felicia's line here, "Get lost, sweetheart." I originally was going to have her say, "Get lost, sugar tits."
No.
But see, I corrected that. I did not use sugar tits.
I don't believe one woman would call another woman
Right.
sugar tits.
But sweetheart would work.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Although I use sweetheart, love you.
Sweetheart. Now, here's another problem here. Sweetheart barely fits. See how it's
Sweetie.
Get lost, sweetie. Yeah. I don't think she'd say sweetie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hyphenate sweetheart. So we're going to need another line of. I need another
Well, that
line.
gives it a certain emphasis too.
Right.
Sweetheart.
So where is it? Let's get. Oh, excuse me, Bree. All right, let's that'd be there and there. So we'll take sweet and move it over, of course. N-H-E-A-R should fit. All right. And that's just to make sure it's the right size. We'll try to put a little character in the letters. And then now let's settle the lettering back down. I think I need Bree over here. Come with me, Bree. So, for a title, The Return of Bree Larson.
Sure. Because everybody missed her. Has she ever really left?
Well, yes, actually.
I know, but she's always been here spiritually.
She's in that slate of women who have damaged their careers.
But she seems to be trying to remedy that to some extent. She's laid low enough, but remained.
What do you mean laid low? She tried to do a YouTube channel that failed. She
But that
hasn't
was
laid.
a while ago enough. You know what I mean? Like in the last year, she's tried.
Someone came to the conclusion that they don't think Brie Larson actually has any friends.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Well, it depends upon your personality. I mean, I don't have any friends. I don't need friends. I have you.
I was just gonna say that.
I don't have any friends. I have you.
I know what you mean. Don't try to ruin it. You have your fans. PHANS.
I've never met any of them
No, but
in person. Never will.
you're gonna make them sad.
Yeah, well. With the joke here being they don't have to be nice to the waitress because it's too late for her to spit in their food.
I know I'm doing this wrong, but I refuse to believe that happens.
What?
Like waiters and waitresses actually spit in food they touch. I refuse.
They
to
got
believe
Jesse Jackson to admit to it. Jesse Jackson used to spit in white people's salad. He purposely said white people's.
he probably.
Jesse was a racist piece of shit.
I think he probably just said that to make himself sound cooler.
I don't know why he would.
Because to his
And would that make him sound cooler?
well, he wasn't too correct on some things about making him look cooler, so. You said was. Is he still? Did he die?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. He's got to be getting up there in age. Some of these people are really getting old. If I'm 29.
Well, I think Jesse Jackson's just too evil to die. So, but
Oh,
well, then
let's
again,
not- Anyway,
then again,
weather
Johnny
outside
Cochran.
is frightful.
Then again, Johnny Conqueror died. So, someone as evil as that could go. We got hope for Jesse.
Oh, the weather outside. We don't wish ill upon anybody.
I'm not wishing ill. I'm just wishing just desserts.
We don't wish just desserts like that either. Only put out positivity into the world.
Yes, you're right. Just like what Jesse does.
We don't. We have to. If that's what you truly believe, then you have to be better than the person. My mother has another roommate, and it's another roommate that she has to protect.
She's starting this again, huh?
Well, no, this person actually is attached to like different medical things, and they crashed down on top of her. So this one, arguably, not on top of my mother, on top of the girl, the woman herself. So this one actually seems like more of a handful than our last one. So we haven't used Rodney the mailman in a long time. I know. almost felt like he might have retired at a young age.
This was actually our mailman at our house.
Mm-hmm.
I made turn him into a character.
Mm-hmm.
Saw him not long ago. Still,
Did you?
he's unchanged. Yeah, he was actually at that karate school that belongs to the guy who bought our place.
Why were you at the karate school?
I was at the Rotary, passing by.
Oh, you just saw him, so I thought you meant like.
Nah, I didn't speak to him. I'm not the sort who gets out and speaks to people.
No, but I thought maybe you saw him at like the grocery store or something like that. Is what I thought. Maybe.
Oh, then I would have got a photo.
Yeah. Funny.
In a Rotary, I was going by him at like 50 miles an hour.
But Rodney is somebody that you would notice, though.
First, well, I noticed a mailman,
And then
and
what
I'm
did
pretty
you
sure
say?
it was him. I'm not good with faces. In fact, I didn't know this was Bree, but I'm good at other parts of the body.
Oh, that's.
So I was able to recognize him as a mailman. And I really need to see Bree's feet to recognize that as Bree, but I'm taking everyone's word for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cartoonist who's not good at faces. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Well, the cartoon face is slightly different than the
A little bit.
normal face.
Okay, come with me, Bree. See, usually I have to have an excuse to carry a pretty woman along with me to do the comic strip here. But does Bree qualify?
Yeah. Stop.
Well, she's got her attributes, she's got her skills, I suppose. She just doesn't use them enough. And I like the sense of humor here that she's displaying.
You know, sometimes people need to just grow up too, and I mean that literally. Like they
Miss
just
Ziegler?
need to-
Yeah, might have been
Yeah,
her
they
fault.
need to get older and have more experiences in life before they catch on to some things.
Right.
Myself included. I'm not saying I was any different.
Well, as a young girl of 29, you've had
I'm still
quite
growing. Yeah.
yes, you've had quite a few experiences in your short life.
Uh-huh. Been through my share of battles and my share of good times.
Where'd that accent come from?
I don't know. Just kind of.
I'm thinking, Lord,
It's
won't you
not-
buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all have Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? You know, not everyone needs a Mercedes Benz fund.
No.
Yeah.
I've told you several times, like, even if I had all the money in the world, I don't think I'd sink a lot of money into a car. I'm just not that person.
I say that until I see like the interior of a Lexus.
Well,
It's a-
luxury, yes.
Yes.
Okay, but not just like for the name or for the. If you find me a nice Hyundai.
So anyone who had a phone call from Ina on the bingo, fill in that spot. I'm pretty sure this is Ina.
Yep, it is.
Go in the other room.
Hi, Mama. Mama. What?
Ina, it's none of your fucking business. Can I hire someone to smack my mother-in-law in the head? We're taking applications at FidoTheComicStrip.com. Anyone who wants to go to Peabody, Massachusetts, and smack my mother-in-law in the head. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's see if I can come up with some sort of excuse for getting out of the house. I don't have to listen to these phone calls. Now, is she stepping on her tail? And no reason for it. Let's move the tail a little bit. So I do a different thing with glasses. If how much of the character's eye you can see behind the glasses tells you more about their character. Now, I don't think I have very many good examples here. But, well, let's see what we can pull out here. This is Regretful Rita right there. Oh, where is it? There it is, right in the center of your screen. And I draw her eye fully behind her glasses. In the case of Rodney, I drew his glasses first, and then there's just a tiny little dot of the eyes in the eyelid, and of the pupil and the eyelid. It gives the character more of a quizzical look, where Rita is seeing where's Rita? Oh, whatever. Rita is seeing everything. This character was originally was a mailman, and I had a few jokes about him in earlier Fidos, which made his character design make sense. There's one little errant hair in the back of his head goes off. Got a cleft chin, Adam's apple underneath there. With the soundproofing up, I'm pretty sure you can't hear a word of that phone call, but I can hear every word of it. Looks like my mother-in-law is looking to make enemies in her nursing home. One of the many things I've learned in life, there are certain groups of people you don't upset: waitresses and nurses. And that actually fits with today's theme. Do not upset your waitress or your nurse. We'll come up with a title for this eventually. Something that will tie in with Bree Larson. It's not worth it to upset certain people in this world. I gotta tilt this on the edge here to have a spot to rest my hand down on to get that line going. Yeah, come back with me, Bree. Upsetting people. Maybe we'll call it that. I like the title to vaguely represent something that's in this week's comic strip, and we do have Fido not worrying about the waitress spitting in his food. How goes it, Chief Colorist? Awfully quiet. So I didn't want to show a newspaper in one of the earlier strips because I thought that was dating the strip, as no one has newspapers anymore. But does anyone have magazines anymore? The mail magazines. 'Cause I don't think I've received one in years. Oh well. Welcome back, Chief Colorist. In your absence, Bree Larson and I have come up with a title.
What is the title?
Well, as Bree was explaining to me, half of her problem was she's been upsetting people. And I wanted to have a title for this strip that also sort of included something that's going on in this strip. And in this particular strip, Fido's not worried about upsetting the waitress, who's going to spit in Bo's food, not Fido's food.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about calling this like not upsetting people.
Oh, okay. That works.
At least that's the idea Bree came up with. Bree Larson right there, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Talking to pictures
Star of Captain Marvel. Well, my wife's not here anymore, so I ended up talking to the only other woman in the room.
Your wife is right here.
Star of Captain Marvel. Oscar-winning actress, the woman opposite King Kong. Brie Larson.
That Bree Larson?
this woman who should be Hollywood's hugest, biggest, most starry star that had ever starred in this generation, but for some reason isn't. And we've been trying to help Bree's career out for the longest time, as anyone can attest. Yes, we failed with Rachel Ziegler, but we still have hopes for Bree.
Rachel Ziegler is very young.
You think she'll rebound?
that
You think she'll
possible?
rebound?
Possibly.
Become the big star she's supposed to be?
Maybe not a big star, but she'll continue to be an actress, and she'll have jobs in Lifetime movie network.
Oh no, not again.
Relax. Relax, buddy. Mama. You do not.
Don't worry, the camera can't pick you up. Half of the problem is my mother-in-law has a severe hearing problem. You're not busy, don't worry about it. Bree, I think we're upsetting people. See, everyone knows that when someone can't hear you, it's always better to say it back louder and angrier. And that way people will be able to hear you better. What are we looking at for time here? Wow, we're an hour 3/4. It's a long show this week. That's because I try not to upset people. So I was thinking on Dog's World magazine, something that's completely not going to be able to be read, but it's going to be a dog sitting on top of the world. But it's so small it's not readable. Yeah, I think when the broadcast ends, I'm going to have to try to pull an escape. Because I'm not looking to upset people. Yeah, well, we're going to cut this one short this week, ladies and gentlemen. What have we learned? Bree, you're doing a great job. I wish you luck with Captain Marvel. Oh, the Marvels, I'm sorry. Captain Marvel 2. No, it's not called Captain Marvel 2. It's called The Marvels. Coming to theaters worldwide soon. And thank you for joining me for Fido. See you next week.